Hi, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations with Diva D. Now, this is the part 2 reunion special of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, part 1 was decent to me. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I did enjoy it. Like I said, I still like the show. Now, you won't ever hear me saying that this was a lackluster season because I watched and I wasn't entertained with every episode, but I was entertained. And just like anything else, you can be entertained depending on how you view the show and the people. Now, I know that Kenya is having some issues with production. However, I do not believe that Kenya wants to leave the show. I think she wants some improvements. And improvements to me doesn't mean a dull season, it just means it needs seasoning. Okay, so let's get started. Now, Drew and Courtney are still having this heated discussion. It comes right back in the thick of this, and there she goes again. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, Courtney. You and your gay lover relationship. You're a compulsive liar. And then Drew, just like in the previous episode, don't speak on my child. Don't speak on my son. And then Kenya is in it, and she's saying, um, that's wrong. Don't speak on anybody's children. And to me, now a lot of people may disagree with this because I'm gonna have heat for a lot of your faves in this. But to me, I think that Candy is done with Drew because she called her a liar. Now, call me a liar, and that's an attack on my character, especially when I know what I know. However, I am just so disappointed in Candy for not um, speaking up at that moment. She gonna tell, as if Rev had no culpability at all. She's sitting there telling Drew, "You are the reason for your marriage ending." So Rev never told you about any of his little trips to Tampa. You didn't see that on the show, girl. And the right side of the couch, and in some ways, Candy, are so male centered minded that they don't even realize that they are in there for a man that has clearly, at least to this point, not been a faithful, true, allegedly, husband. Now, I can see her being protective of Ralph because they're so called cousins, but just like Drew said, bitch, I was just me yesterday. It is weird. So, here comes Sheree. Sheree has gates, so I hear, down to the chateau. And if she has gates down to the chateau, you know who delivered those text messages that you magically pulled from your back. You have read them. Oh, Andy, oh, Andy, oh, Andy, with her lies. Oh, Andy, oh, Andy. I, 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 I didn't want to get in the middle, but I have some information that came to me, and here it is. Now they go around the room and they read these text messages, and um, Candy's over there talking about, they're pretty incriminating, and everybody, yeah, they incriminate, and there is Kenya saying, are they showing Kitty Cat? What is so incriminating about these? And then Candy shows her some more, and she say, well, there ain't all that we see now, is it? You see this one right here? And King was like, oh, I didn't see that one. So, and Candy speak on it. She said, well, those text messages were way more incriminating than we like to see on the show. Because I don't text my friends like that. And I watched Peacock. I got up early this morning and I was like, okay. They gonna tell it all on Peacock. They didn't. They didn't. All they did was got to the cussing. So they dismissed the friends, and Courtney is still in the thick of things. And they tell Manata that they like the fact that she has that orphanage in Africa. And baby, when I tell you, you know, I've already explained to you how I feel about the foster children. That just warmed my little soul up. But, Manetta, now I know it's okay, because that's the motherland, baby. I rep Africa on my chest every day. However, can't get some of them little orphanage children in America. As a matter of fact, your friend over here wants to adopt Miss Kenya. You know, find you some little American children. Okay? If you wish, African American, but still American. Then they bring up about, well, they go to the back, and there's Courtney, just like the gentle woman she is. She's caressing Ralph, and Ralph is getting his hair cut. He's getting his hair done to have his peach moment. And she tells him, look, Ralph, I know you love your wife and all, but she's ruining your marriage because she lies so much. Girl, we all know that whatever Ralph pumped into that pea-sized brain of yours, you believed. Did you ever come to think, as a woman who's, I find, allegedly is going through a divorce herself, that never came to your mind to say, hey, Drew might be going through some things as well. Now, my nephew has a tumultuous relationship as this one right here. He gaslights his girlfriend, and he caresses her brain with foolishness. Okay? And I don't hold up from wrong for nobody. I tell his girlfriend, leave his ass alone. Because I am pro-woman over here. Nope, I don't want her to hurt him. Because she gets so mad at him sometimes. However, I'm pro-woman. So, nephew, now this is not a made up, no cousin in between. This is my blood nephew, my sister's child. Okay? But I heard him talking to her greasy one day, and I said, no, ma'am. You gonna sit up there and take that? Oh, no, ma'am. Not in my presence. You gonna respect her when you are around me. Are we clear? Okay. So, as she's, caressing his male ego, here comes Allison. Allison, get that bitch together. Boy, I tell you, they were backstage. What was to stop Allison from whooping that ass? How wish she had gone to that witch and told her bitch ass to pieces. Sorry, in my opinion. Then they get on, they come back out. All the friends are dismissed, and they come back out and they get on Kenya eating booty. So, she grown. That's her lips. Uh-huh. I don't do it. But see, that's what the problem is with Americans. We want to know too much into what's going on into folks' bedroom. And again, that was something Sheree brought up. Sheree, I'm pretty sure the cleanest booty that Kenya ate compared to Sweaty Bob, even though you say you never ate his booty, Sweaty Bob on top of you, and you maybe be giving him fellatio, was the same thing as Kenya eating a clean booty, in my opinion. So they get on Candy. Candy's like, here come the questions for Candy from the right side. Candy, what you like, Candy? What's your freakiest thing? Like, Candy's like, what? And then Anna's like, what more do you want from this woman? She said she dipped in a lady pond. She said she's had threesomes. What more do you want from Candy? Well, Candy as a fourth person in her bedroom. She's had a fourth. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Newport Marlowe. Newport Marlowe. Here she go. Yeah, and yeah, the freakiest thing I ever did was slept with a Gemini. Come on now, Marlowe. You always in Candy's business worrying about if she's providing the right type of information for the show. You are not providing the information for the show. Because even if Candy had a force, even if Candy had slept with men's and women's, I did that on purpose. Girl, same thing with Sheree and Sweetbaugh. What is the difference in you sleeping with an old, wrinkled, saggy, bald, Caucasian man, my dear? Now, a lot of people allegedly think it's Tia Turner. Now, Tia Turner's sexy to me for an old man. But moving right along. So, in Sonya's package, Sonya is talking about her family. Ooh. Sonya. I don't know if they put your package together and it was just, blah. Oh, what? Then they talking about how your family moved out, you can't stay away from them. They moved down the street, and then you get, instead of, worrying about what's going on with Marlo over here, getting everybody's business but not providing anything to the show. You bring up Kenya. You say that your abortion was horrific and you were alone, and that was horrible. But you said Kenya didn't reach out to you. Now, let me see. How do I feel about that? Kenya said she reached out to you and you didn't answer. So, that's a my word against your word type of thing. You don't have to believe her. Kenya has nothing to prove. If everybody else on that stage reached out to you, then that should be enough. What you brought up was out of place, and it almost looked like you were reaching, reaching for a glass of water, reaching for a moment. That's what it seemed like to me. And it talks about they had a similar journey. She was trying to have a baby, and Kenya was thinking about having a baby as well. Hey, Kenya, did you see my video? I know you didn't because I only had like uh 45 views off of that first, and that was the first review that I did. But that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Like I said, I'm growing and learning. And did you see it though? Cause I said don't have no children. Go around there, adopt one. And I see you're adopting younger than Brooklyn. Either way, 3 or 4, good age. Um, uh, Candy says that she gives back, and they take a break. And Sheree had enough nerve to say that Candy doesn't give of her life. You know, Sheree writes in on the Twitter or uh, whatever, however she got in touch with them, and she says that she don't give enough of her life. And Candy like, yeah, I give my life and I give to people. What do you do? Okay. So, cause we know Sheree again has a strange relationship with bills, and so you know I did mention that they talked about how Kenya was also gathering monies for uh, Sonia's event, and she did a great job at it, and how Sheree had the alligator arms, and she said she was the first to pay. Uh, so back to Sheree and Candy. They go back and forth because she's like, "What more do you want me to give? You should know about giving and taking since you always going away and coming back." And she said, "I have. I've been asked back more than I came back." And they always have to call me back to spice things up. It's like, what now? What? You are saying that Candy is lackluster and you are not? Child. Bye. Then they go to the package with Marlo and this whole thing about the nephew. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because they ran it in the ground for the first 4 or 5 episodes. So I'm just going to say this about that. Marlo is still reaching. She came to the show and made up something to get at Candy about. But you gave Candy's story. If you don't want Candy on the show and you want her to share more and you think you're doing a better job than she is, then what are you doing? Like I said, we don't know anything about you, LaToya. All we know is you collected some nephews and have a very heavy voice. But we know Candy's husband. We know Candy's mom. We know Honora. And the rest of them, Candy and the gang. Don't you want to go to the place to be where strangers become family over fried chicken and mac and cheese and 3 We know all of them. We saw your mama one time. And Candy's like, you can hold me to the fire, right side of the couch. Marlo, did you bring up about Sheree's website? Yeah, sure. Well, you did. You brought up my website. So what if I did? They could tell about everything that I do, and then Candace's like, you jealous. It's about time. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous because, you work too much. So, you don't have to work much if you already have generational wealth. Marlo, what do you do? Um, you're on this show. You've been on this show since season 4. We know about the archive. We know that you live a rich woman's lifestyle. And the billionaire taught you how to invest. What else is missing? Something is missing in that piece of pie. And Sheree, in my 22 subscribers, I hope that somebody sees this and asks the question, what do you do? Sheree? Because we know broke ass Martel Hotel Motel ain't giving you no money. He didn't even want to pay for your friend's birthday dinner. Well, your birthday dinner, but your friends included. So, when you take your hiatus, because you saying that you didn't get fired, but I remember the first time you got fired, I remember when Funky was on your ass. He called you, and he had some sources, allegedly, that said you was begging for your job back. And you sitting over there as if you don't need it. Andy, you sat up there and let her get away with that. Well, here comes Sonya again, caping for Marlo. Cause Candace telling her, like, don't come for me no more in this bullshit, because I am giving to the show. And you want me to comfort you about your nephew when you were trying to get to the bag, and say, here comes Sonya. What she's trying to say? Sonya, shut up. Come on, Candy. I'm not arguing with you. And I'm glad that her and Kingy didn't argue with her, because she's already over there, complaining about her. And sorry about that. She got her rainbow baby. But nobody wants to argue with you. Just like they did Tiffany handled her with kid gloves over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because, she was having a somewhat difficult pregnancy, low blood pressure and all and whatnot. So who wants to sit there and argue with a pregnant woman who's just had a miscarriage and pregnant with her new rainbow baby? No. And then, and it was like, well, can y'all get on the right page? And she said, we can be cordial. That meant, fuck that bitch. Okay? And so here comes Ralph. I hate Ralph. I cannot stand him. And because he's on the show, I know a lot of people like, okay, well, he just may be playing a character on the show. Nope. Nope. That's Ralph. And the rest of this episode, when Ralph, he acts like a woman. The rest of this episode was heavily concentrated on them. But before he came out, Drew did come in for Candy, but I think the damage is done, Drew. I don't think Candy's gonna be rocking with you too tough. But she did come in and say, what have you done? Dear mother, worry about your own marriage. And then Drew says, bitch, get one. All you get is a Birkin and some shoes, bitch. And she said, what? I got plenty of Birkin. Girl, bye. That's not the point. Anyway, Ralph comes out, and he's all soft, and he down in his voice, and it's so irritating because they kept everybody on stage, and Drew pulls out the peach. And she said, that's what you came for, right? The peach? Now everybody noticed that no other husbands was invited to this reunion. Andy says we invited him, but since when do they not invite Todd? And we noticed that Hotel Motel wasn't there, right? Ross, he wasn't there. Ross